Howdy, YouTubers. It is Saturday, July 6th, 2019, and these are your morning announcements. We are heading into work. Rick is looking really fly with his sunglasses on. Wait, I gotta put on my fly sunglasses. My fly clip-ons. Look at this. Oh, now what? It is a very sunny day today. It's not quite as warm as it was yesterday, but it's more humid. It is. I looked at the humidity this morning. It said 67%, and I was like, "Oh no!" So,
It was 80 yesterday.
well, during the rain it was, but the average for yesterday was 60%. And we're already at 67, and it hasn't rained yet. So, but it's going to. You can see it coming. So there was another big earthquake in California last night, a 7.1. And it was really shallow. It was only 10 miles down. And that makes for a very interesting quake experience if you're near the epicenter when it's that shallow. So I'm sure that the people there right now are really unnerved from the ground shaking. They were showing people like sleeping out on the street and on their sidewalks and on their lawns last night because they were so afraid of the aftershocks.
I'm excited to go.
Yeah, he's going on Monday to the very area where this earthquake happened. Well, a little bit further to the west, southwest of where it was, but definitely within the did you feel it zone. So I don't like that idea. Frickin' frackin'. But hopefully now that released a little bit of pressure, and hopefully now there won't be another large one, but you never know. It's been a long time since there's been any decent sized quakes out there, so kind of they were overdue for one. Hopefully that's it. I got family out there. Rick's going out there. I have many friends out there. I just do not want to see anything bad happen to that state. At least not in my lifetime. What else is going on? Oh, I was watching Lisa Free Spirit again last night do a reading, and she was having some issues. They were having technical problems, then they were having problems with the woman who she was doing the reading with was not in a good spiritual state. Not in a good spiritual state conducive for a reading. You know, a lot of people don't understand this. I think that people think that mediums like dial up a spiritual phone number and they're like, "Hello, I'd like to speak to the dead loved one of so-and-so. Can you connect me to them, please?" No, that's not what happens. That's not what happens. There has to be this, first of all, there has to be a spiritual connection between the person who is getting the reading and the person who is giving the reading. That channel has to be open, and if it's not, you know, I think that if you're in person, you'd be able to feel if that channel isn't open, but when you're doing it from miles away, you know, via the computer, I think the mediums have a harder time distinguishing whether or not they've actually been connected to the person that they're trying to give the reading to. And if you as a medium have your channel open and you're waiting for someone to come forward, if you're not connected to that person, anybody can come forward. Anybody can just walk in. That's what makes being a medium such a challenge, and what can make it dangerous. You know, I've been like studying this phenomenon for years and years and years, and I've even heard like Teresa Caputo, the Long Island medium, who I love, by the way, I've heard her talk about how there have been times where she thought she was connected to the loved one of someone that she was doing a reading for, and it turned out to be somebody completely different because she didn't have a good solid connection to the person that she was trying to do the reading for. And more often than not, that happens when they're not in person. So everybody needs to be a little patient with Lisa. She's got a very hard job. She's taking on a very hard way of doing what she does. She was spot on with me, and she was spot on with another woman who got their reading done the same night as me. But it was because, we were open. So if you're in an emotional state that's leaving you depressed or full of anxiety, not just nervousness, but actual anxiety, or anything that's like that kind of has that negative energy associated with it, that's not a good time to have a reading. It's just not. Wait until you feel better. Wait until you're in a better emotional state so you can make the connection with the medium. Otherwise, they're going to get cross information. They're going to have people coming through that are not even associated to you. They're going to get visions of things that aren't associated with you, So, and a lot of what mediums do is, it's not like they have somebody, it's not like watching Ghost Whisperer where the person just shows up and they're like, hey, can you please tell them that I left all the gold bars in the safe in the hotel on 6th and Main? It's not like that. That's not how it works. They get pictures, they get images, they may hear sounds. I know Lisa does. Lisa hears sounds, but not all mediums do. They may smell smells. Okay, it's very much like people who do remote viewing. When you're doing remote viewing, you're not necessarily seeing a clear picture of the place that you're trying to connect to. Like, if you're trying to connect, and when you're doing remote viewing too, you don't know what you're trying to connect to. That's the thing about remote viewing, is they give you a series of numbers, and in the person who gives you that series of numbers, in their head they know what the target object is, and so they're focusing on it when they give you the numbers. And then when you get the numbers, you go through a series of steps to try to determine whether or not you're connected to the same remote object as they are. Okay, and it's a lot like that with I think when you're a medium as well. You're going to get colors, shapes, brief details about maybe a particular person. Like maybe you'll see a hair color, or you'll see glasses, or you might see like a cigarette or a cigar, or something like that. You'll get a picture of an image that might mean something to the person that you're talking to, but you're not actually getting this person standing in front of you saying, hey, can you please tell them blah 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 blah. You may get a feeling or a glimpse of a memory or something, but it's not that clear. It's not that crystal clear. It's not cut and dry like that, And that's why, like, Lisa is like, hey, I could do a one-on-one reading with you over the phone. It'll cost you a little bit more, but you're gonna, it's just you and me. There is no other distraction. And I think that if you're really seriously looking for information or answers on something, that is the way to do it, just because you're going to get a better connection than if you know that you're on camera and you're sitting there, and even though it's one-on-one with you and Lisa, you know that there's people in the chat room who are watching this reading. that might give you some anxiety. I'm an on-camera person, so that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. If I know that people are looking at me, it doesn't, it's like whatever, you know. But some other people might be shy about that, like Mr. Hug. Mr. Hug is very shy. Aren't you?
Whatever.
Whatever. Shut up, lady. But anything going on interesting with you other than that you're going to California, Mr. Hug?
No.
Nothing interesting at all? Yesterday, Rick made our outside lawn area look so pretty. If you have me on Facebook, I think I posted a picture of it, a panorama, where you can like kind of pan and see our little outdoor gazebo area.
It was too hot to be out there, and then it rained.
Yeah, it was way too hot to be out there, and then it started pouring rain. And he made turkey on the grill yesterday. We had kind of a Thanksgiving dinner yesterday in July. We had Thanksgiving in July. And his stepmom came over, and we had delicious turkey that was made on the grill, and we had delicious mashed potatoes, corn, and then he made a rhubarb, strawberry, blueberry cobbler.
No, crisp. Sorry.
Crisp, yeah, because it had the oatmeal in it. And it was delicious. Jesse brought over some Culver's ice cream. And, oh, a little scoop of Culver's ice cream on that. Oh my God, it was really, really good. So, yeah, I was walking like a weeble. I ate too much, but it was so good. Before I met Rick, I had never had turkey on the grill. He introduced me to that, and that is my absolute favorite way of eating turkey. That delicious smoky flavor. The crust gets crispy, and the inside stays really juicy, and it's so delicious. Oh my gosh. And if you want the recipe, just let me know, and I will get that from Mr. Hug, and I will share that with you because it is really, really, really good. All right, well, I guess that's all I'm going to talk about today. What do you think, Batman? Batman isn't having it today. All right, well, you guys have a great day. I love you. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, make it a great day. All right, bye-bye.